Hello Internet, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of the Recap Corner. And today we are talking about Naruto Shippuden specifically, or at least Naruto the Last. I really wish that they would drop another subtitle, but by this point it's kind of pointless. But either way, we are now talking about what is going on with Shikamaru and the Trail for Peace, and basically how everybody kind of has basically grown soft in the past 2 years, or at least some ninjas have, as if they really aren't training anymore, they're not really doing anything, and they're sort of just sitting in the background, just sort of watching things play out. Look no further than the Lord Hokage himself, Kakashi, who basically just sits around all day and just does paperwork or just looks out for things. As he said himself, he's starting to get a gut because he doesn't really do all that much. However, this episode, as it does follow Shikamaru, it does kind of highlight something which seems to kind of be growing in him. Well, two things specifically. One, what does it mean to actually grow up and become an adult? You know. And number two, which is, well, you know, like what do we do to keep the peace in our land? You know, and as well, now at the very least, it starts off like it's a very calm and a very peaceful episode, sort of looking at it from how Shikamaru's friends see him, which is that he's just like the right hand of the Lord Hokage, and that he doesn't really do all that much other than check on like papers and everything. And of course, he does his ninja training every now and again. However, at the same time, though, it's like he's still kind of complacent, as it's like, well, now I don't really see my friends as much as I want to anymore. We don't have time for that anymore, and the only real thing that I do now is just be in the books all day. Which that, in actuality, for what's really going on, though, is that Sai's off sending back messages about what's going on in the land of, so at least like in the land of sound, as that they could probably end up causing problems again, and that it could be something which isn't good. So he's planning on like doing like some type of covert ops thing to go out and try and take care of that. And Kakashi actually kind of said something pretty interesting to him, which was, I don't know why you don't necessarily just bring about Ino and Choji, but you know, like Shikamaru being basically the brainchild he is, and him now sort of turning into like a One Piece pirate, you know, because now like a good chunk of his dialogue isn't necessarily like it isn't about like how he's gonna grow better or what he wants. Most of that is sort of about, I have to make Naruto Hokage. I will send him on as many missions as he can until people fucking knows his name. So I understand that, you know, but again, it would have been nice to actually see Choji and Ino show up for this one. Well, now they were in the episode, but I mean for the mission. But this was mostly a setup for what's going to happen in the next episode. And by the end of this episode, Shikamaru actually does a lot of changing. Like, he actually gets subordinates now. He actually kind of visits Asuma and also his father's graves and says his goodbyes before leaving off on his mission. And even seeing Naruto and basically saying and him basically reassuring him that basically Naruto will be the Hokage. As we know by Boruto, that is going to happen, but it's actually sort of nice to see where all that thinking actually started. So, pretty much, let's see what's going to happen like with this crazy ass mission of theirs. We obviously know that nobody's going to die, or at least we know that Shikamaru isn't going to die, but then again, he could still get hurt. We never know. But until then, that is what I got to say about that. Also, on top of that, before I end this, sorry, that shit was premature. Like Temari and all of his friends, the interesting thing about Shikamaru and all of his friends, they can tell when something's fucking with him, because he kind of didn't want to tell them about, well, now like there's something going on with the land of sound. Like his friends kind of passed that off, but Temari, she slapped the shit out of him. So that's something. Till then, please tell me what do you think about this down there in the comment section. I'll catch you on the next Jongravesshow. Keep watching anime, keep playing video games, and this has been the Recap Corner. I'm out. Hello Internet, welcome to another fun-filled voyage upon the complain train. I really need to buy a conductor's uniform so that I can conduct myself better like in these video intros, but either way, let's get this thing started. Starting this off, we have a very interesting game which is called Omori. Like, there's a trailer for it, and the game specifically looks somewhat like, I want to say something like Earthbound, but just but has a more cartoony like art book or